Mahdia fire debris used to fill potholes. Guyana considered a high-income nation. And 3 years and still no petroleum commission. I am Enrico Beaufort, and this is Uncut News. To see news happening, send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. In what one could consider a shocking display of insensitivity, debris from the Mahdia school dorm fire, which claimed the lives of 20 children, was used to fill potholes in the Region 8 community, causing anger among the village residents. The regional executive officer initially gave permission for the use of the debris, but withdrew it after objections were raised. The deadly fire led to 3 days of national mourning and an investigation that resulted in a child from the same school being charged for 20 counts of murder. A criminal defense attorney who specializes in forensic matters had raised serious concern about the scene of the crime not being properly protected. Now, with the debris from the scene of the fire being used to fill potholes in the surrounding community, more questions are likely to be raised. The regional executive officer insisted that not all of the debris was used to fill the potholes. A commission of inquiry will be held, headed by retired Major General Joseph Singh, but the terms of reference for the commission of inquiry are still to be finalized. On a related note, in a hush-hush agreement that was drafted by the Attorney General's chambers, the government of Guyana is now offering the families of the victims of the Mahdia school dorm fire a total of $5 million per child as settlement. Or for our non-Guyanese audience, that is the equivalent of $23,800 for each life. This constitutes a settlement of all claims and causes of actions on account of all injuries resulting in death and not resulting in death. The government has ensured that the victims and their families affected by fire receive assistance such as psychosocial support, medical assistance, funeral arrangements, and replacement of all the physical items that were destroyed in the fire. A female student residing at the dormitory has since been charged for the murder, and the agreement removes any liability any party to the agreement caused by, arising from, or connected to the fire. According to reports, only some of the families have already signed the agreement, dated for the 3rd of July 2023. However, Gordon Mosley noted that even though the president was asked in regards to the Mahdia fire last Thursday, he said nothing of the sort of this agreement. In foreign relations news, the Caribbean Security Exercise Trade Winds 2023, led by the United States Army's Southern Command, or SOUTHCOM, has begun in Ghana, with over 1,500 participants from various nations throughout the Western Hemisphere. The exercise includes disaster management training and simulated oil spill scenarios, and focuses on countering transnational criminal organizations and violent extremist organizations to enhance regional collaboration and stability. Meanwhile, the European Union has included funding for Guyana to develop and manufacture health products, including vaccines and other projects in clean energy and forestry, all a part of a €45 billion investment agenda with the Latin American and Caribbean area as a whole. The investment agenda includes 130 projects centered on a green, digital, and fair transition, and the projects to be funded were agreed to by both sides. The plan for Guyana includes developing and manufacturing health products, upgrading water treatment facilities, expanding off-grid solar panels, and implementing the Forest Partnership and Voluntary Partnership Agreement initiative with a focus on value-added timber products and sustainable forest management. However, they have not given us a total number of how much investment will specifically be given to Guyana, or has a time frame been given. Apparently, we're not broke anymore, because the World Bank has officially classified Guyana as a high-income country due to our gross national income, which will result in reduced access to concessional loans and higher interest rates. Despite a minimum wage of $300 per month US, Guyana's status as an oil-producing nation has influenced the indicator in subsequent changes. Although the World Bank's classification of a high-income nation requires a gross national income of $13,846 a year or more. And clearly, if you add 300 times 12, it does not equal 13,000. You do the math at home, because I'm feeling lazy today.
Attention truck owners. Between potholes, bad drivers, and high fuel prices, you've got 99 problems to deal with. But with Powered Automotive, your engine ain't one. That's because they stock high-quality parts and spares you need at prices you can't beat. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles, or call or WhatsApp them at telephone number 6970171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana.
Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today.
Stephen Howard, a prisoner detained for armed robbery, is currently being investigated for allegedly setting fire to a mattress while in custody at the Brickdam police station on Sunday. Oh gosh, we're trying to go for a Anyway, Howard claimed he lit a piece of toilet paper due to mosquitoes biting him, but it fell on a mattress and ignited into flames. Howard then reportedly put out the fire using water from a plastic bottle. Howard refused to provide a written or video statement on the matter and then complained of feeling unwell after the incident and was thus taken to the hospital. The Bricktown police station was previously destroyed by fire, allegedly set by a prisoner, in October of 2021 under reportedly similar circumstances. Guyana is facing a prolonged period of drought due to reduced rainfall, and authorities are assessing the situation to determine how much water must be stored. Our nation's president emphasized the importance of managing water resources, especially for the agricultural sector, and highlighted the need for integrated water resource management. The nation is expected to experience drier than normal conditions due to El Niño, and communities dependent on rain-fed agriculture are advised to harvest rainwater to compensate for any deficiencies. The EU is offering a new model of infrastructure project financing to Caribbean and Latin American nations, including Guyana. And this involves providing grants to fund feasibility studies on larger projects with the expectation that international and regional financial institutions and the private sector will inject massive amounts of cash for implementation. The initiative, called Global Gateway, focuses on transport, digital, health, climate, and energy, as well as education and research. In other financial news, the Inter-American Development Bank has approved 8 transactions with Guyana's private sector, totaling around $58 million in agribusiness, transport and logistics, financial services, and the energy sector. However, the finance minister believes this amount is relatively small and encourages the IDB and local private sector to work closer together to access financing for small and medium-sized businesses. The IDB Invest can offer smaller loans and explore lending opportunities for micro-sized businesses, addressing the financing gap left by local banks. Or you could just demand more from the local banks, I'm just saying. Now for today's oil update. 3 years after taking office, and the PPP government has not fulfilled its campaign promise to establish a petroleum commission, which would provide protection for the oil and gas sector from political control. According to the president, he stated that the issue is complex and requires a comprehensive bill that takes into consideration all stakeholders' views. Meanwhile, the government has not provided a timeline for the commission's establishment, while Jagdeo has outright dismissed the need for such a commission.
Robbery season might be over, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home or business with Sheriff Security. Sheriff Security has well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, Marine Patrol, K9 services. They speed even our drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today.
Now for our Uncut News Viewers Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel at least once. Last night I asked, what question would you ask the president if you had the chance?
But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also, a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description.
Dimitri V says that they would ask what are the timelines for all the projects that he has planned for the year into 2024, or what are the specific steps that his administration plans on taking to lower the poverty rate in combating the high cost of living in Ghana. I have those same questions too. Meanwhile, Cosmic Dreams asks if anyone knows how much money from oil production the Guyana government collects per month. Well, according to the government, you can check the Natural Sources website for that. Now for tonight's question. I want to know, what questions do you have for me, Noriko? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Noriko Bulford saying good night, folks.